The story is about a fake teacher who falls so madly in love with one of her students that she completely ignores her professional ethics to get him. The story begins with a young boy named Jason, who is not only a diligent student but also a famous social media personality and musician. Jason is extremely fond of music, and he wants to make it his career. After the summer vacation, Jason's parents come to drop him and his younger sister Joey to school. Here we are also introduced to Joey's roommate Sarah, who secretly likes Jason. Jason's father expects Jason to focus more on his studies than his music, but Jason dreams of making music his career. Meanwhile, we are introduced to Sister Rebecca, who is Jason and Joey's teacher and assures their parents that she will take good care of them. A new teacher, Sister Sophia, joins the school. It is Sophia's first day at school, and Sister Rebecca is assigned to teach her the rules and regulations of the school. Sister Rebecca says that the teachers here have to come without makeup, so Sophia wipes her lipstick. Sister Rebecca is giving Sophia a tour of the entire school when she meets Jason. Sophia is attracted to Jason and sees that he seems a little depressed today. Sister Rebecca says that Jason, in an inebriated state, crashed his father's car, and his father has been angry with him ever since. Jason is a responsible student as well as popular on social media. After this incident, Sophia returns to her room and starts thinking about Jason. She looks at Jason's profile on her laptop and feels a strange attraction to him. In this attraction, she kisses him on the laptop itself. This makes it clear that Sophia already knows Jason. The next day, she goes to her first class and introduces herself to all the students. But during this time, when she sees Jason and Sarah having a conversation, she pushes Sarah forward. This angers Sarah, and Jason's sister, Joey, finds it odd that teachers at a Catholic school are not expected to behave in such a harsh manner. Then as Sophia opens her book, Joey reminds her that everyone prays before class starts. After this, Sophia asks Joey to pray instead of praying herself. Joey prays and all the students join in. But Joey sees that Sophia is not praying herself, which seems odd to her, and she reveals this to her brother Jason. Meanwhile, Jason gets busy with a message from Sarah and doesn't pay much attention to Joey. After the class is over, Sophia talks to Jason and asks him about Sarah if she is his girlfriend. Jason replies that he doesn't have a girlfriend. Sophia is overjoyed to hear this, but the next morning, she sees Jason and Sarah kissing each other. She immediately sends Jason to the classroom and scolds Sarah, to which Sarah replies that she is the daughter of the man who funds this school. But Sophia doesn't care, and tells Sarah to stay away from Jason. After class, Sophia tells Jason to stop and asks what he was doing with Sarah after he said he didn't have a girlfriend. Jason couldn't answer the question. At this, Sophia asks him to meet her in her chamber. After some time, when Jason goes to Sophia's chamber, he sees that Sophia is moisturizing her body. In fact, Sophia had deliberately left the door of her room open so that Jason could see her in this state and be attracted to her. The next morning, Sophia again asks Jason why he didn't come to visit her, to which Jason says he forgot. Now a week has passed, and on the weekend Jason and Joey's parents come to take them home. During this time, Sophia finds herself very lonely without Jason and takes time off from school, citing her aunt's illness as an excuse. At home, Jason tells his father that he wants to take a year off and work on his passion for music. But her father does not agree with this idea and asks her to focus on studies. There is fight between these two. In anger, Jason comes out of the house and starts singing. Meanwhile, Sophia sneaks into his house to enjoy his singing. Suddenly, Jason's phone receives a call from Sarah, which causes Sophia to get irritated, and something falls from the stump of her foot, causing a sound. Hearing this, Jason moves towards her, but just then he gets Joey's message and goes back home. Now Sophia makes a plan to get Sarah away from Jason. She goes to Sarah's room at night and puts drugs in her book. Confronted by Sister Rebecca on her way out, she says she heard someone's voice, so she came to watch. Meanwhile, Joey also wakes up and begins to doubt Sophia after listening to their conversation. The next morning, Sophia asks all the students in the class to open a special page in which she had placed drugs on the page of Sarah's book. She catches Sarah with the drugs and threatens that she will get a big punishment for it. Discussion of the incident spreads through the school, and Sarah is suspended from school. After this, Sophia tells Sister Rebecca that the boys' rooms should also be checked to maintain the reputation of the school. Sister Rebecca searches the rooms of Jason and his friends, and finds a bottle of wine under Jason's bed. In fact, this was also Sophia's trick. Jason says that he does not know where this bottle came from and who kept it. He says that if he is suspended, his life will be ruined. Upon hearing this, Sophia suggests that Jason's punishment would be to spend a week at school doing all the things the sisters often do. Jason accepts it. After this, a flashback is shown in the story, which reveals that Sophia first saw Jason on social media and became a fan of his voice and songs. In her obsession to meet Jason, she made a well-thought-out plan. He killed the sister who was to be transferred to the same school, changed all her documents, and enrolled herself in the school as Sister Sophia. Now the story returns to the present. In this scene, we see Jason doing schoolwork such as planting plants. At the same time, Sophia comes there and tries to seduce Jason on the pretext of helping him. Joey, who takes care of her brother Jason, is a little upset to see all this. Then one night, Sophia sneaks into Jason's room, crossing all limits. As soon as he entered the room, he switched on the mobile recording and removed the necklace from his neck and kept it aside. Jason's sleep opens up and he sees that Sister Sophia is in his room, which makes him feel a little uncomfortable. Sophia moves towards him and, in an attempt to seduce him, kisses Jason. Although Jason gets it all wrong, he is seduced by Sophia and becomes close to her. Eventually, they both become intimate. In the next scene, Jason regrets what he did and wants to go to church and confess his sin to the pastor. As he begins to apologize to the priest, he realizes that Sophia is sitting there instead of the priest. Sophia again pulls him towards her and they both get intimate again there. A week passes and Jason returns home. At the same time, Sarah invites him to the party. On the other hand, Sophia also prepares to leave the school, but then she overhears Sister Rebecca and a priest talking about the real Sister Sophia. On hearing this, Sophia is afraid that her real identity will not be revealed anywhere, so she leaves on the pretext of Auntie's medical emergency. That night, Jason tells his father that he wants to go to the party at Sarah's house, but his father turns him down. At this, Jason walks into the party without permission, and Sophia follows him. Arriving at Sarah's house, Jason drinks and Sarah takes him to a room. The two grow closer, but Jason's memories of the time he spent with Sophia begin to haunt him. He walks out with a beer bottle, but is caught by the police while openly drinking. Meanwhile, Sophia arrives and tries to convince the police that Jason is mentally disturbed. The police release her and Sophia takes her with her to a hotel room. Here, Jason's mother tries to convince his father that he should give Jason a year on his music passion. Her father agrees and sets out to bring her back home. Meanwhile, in the hotel room, Sophia takes off her clothes in front of Jason and tries to seduce him again. But this time Jason suspects that Sophia is deliberately following him. Jason tells him that what they did is a sin, and he is unable to come out of this guilt. He promises not to do it again. Sophia tries to convince him that they are made for each other, as their father does not understand them and the two have a lot in common. Sophia also says that they have met so that they can support each other. Jason ignores Sophia's words and leaves her there, which makes Sophia very angry. At the same time, Jason's father finds him and apologizes to him, talking about giving him another chance, admitting that he pressured Jason. The next morning, when Jason and Joey leave for school, Sophia is there too. She sees them and immediately starts her car and drives away. Joey notices her car and checks the number of the car at school. On checking online, he finds out that the car is registered in Sophia's name, which makes him believe that it was Sophia who was keeping an eye outside their house. When Jason comes to his room, he finds Sophia lying unconscious. Panicking, he tries to give her mouth-to-mouth oxygen to bring her to consciousness, but then realizes that Sophia was just pretending. Jason angrily tells her that he will complain to father about this. Sophia remains unfazed by this threat and says that if she did, she would tell everyone how she has crossed all limits with a teacher despite being a student. Hearing this, Jason realizes that he has fallen into Sophia's trap. Just then, Joey gets a call telling him that the car belongs to Sophia. Jason tells her not to tell anyone else. Later, after a prayer in class, Sister Rebecca brings Sarah back to school, which infuriates Sophia. Outside the class, she tries to explain the rules to Sister Rebecca, but Sister Rebecca sternly interrupts her, telling her that she knows what to do and what not, and advising that she learn to pray herself. Jason is singing in the joy of Sarah's return, while Sophia, seeing him, behaves like a psycho in her anger. After this, while Sarah is taking a shower, Sophia goes there and hits her head on the wall and takes her life. After this, she tries to make it look like an accident by dropping soap. Later, when Joey goes there for a shower, she screams when she sees Sarah dead. Sarah's body is taken for an autopsy, and Joey is convinced that there must be something wrong here, as nothing like this had happened in all these years. The next day, after the prayer at the church, when Sophia comes out, Jason tells her that he is sure she must have done something. When Jason questions Sophia on Sarah's death, Sophia threatens him, saying that the police have called it an accident and the real culprit is the one who crossed all limits with a nun. She then shows Jason the clip of the intimate video she secretly recorded, and threatens him that if he says anything about Sarah, she will make the video viral on social media. The next day, when Sophia sees that Jason and Joey are on their way home, she leaves Sister Rebecca with the excuse of her aunt's death. That same night, Jason and his family go to a restaurant for dinner, where they also see Sister Sophia. Sophia introduces herself to Jason's parents, and Jason's dad invites her to sit with them, which makes Jason feel uncomfortable. Her sister Joey notices this too. Meanwhile, Sister Rebecca thinks of sending flowers on the death of Sophia's aunt, but she finds that there is no such address or death record. At Joey's behest, Jason tells his sister the truth about how he fell into Sophia's trap, and Sophia makes a video of their intimate moments. The two make a plan that they will gather evidence to find out if Sophia is real or not. The next day, Sister Rebecca's suspicion grows on Sophia, so she calls her and tells her that strange events have been happening since her arrival, and now the news of Auntie's death has also turned out to be false. Rebecca says that she is going to complain to father, when Sophia attacks her with a lamp and injures her. Meanwhile, Jason and Joey go to Sophia's room to collect evidence, where they find the real Sophia's laptop, and learn that Sophia's real name is Laura. They see that Laura has also saved several photos of Jason, from which they understand that Laura came here with a plan in advance. When they are about to reveal this to Sister Rebecca, Laura, Sophia, catches them and sees Jason's laptop in his hand and realizes that his secret has been revealed. She reveals her passion to Jason, saying that all of her songs were for him. Jason and Joey realize that Laura is a complete psycho. They move on just as Laura attacks Joey with a lamp. Jason angrily tries to strangle her, but Laura kicks him and knocks him unconscious. When she is about to kill Joy again, Sister Rebecca comes and snatches the lamp from her hand. Laura begins to attack them, but Jason regains consciousness and pulls the screwdriver out of his pocket and stabs Laura in the back, killing her. Afterward, the story ends on Jason's graduation day, where his father gifts Joey his mother's car and Jason a new guitar. And that's where this amazing story ends. Guys, how did you like this story? Tell us in the comments. Let's come up with another interesting story.